What's up, everybody? Happy Monday, if there's a such thing. It's your boy Baddog back with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about Kadarius Toney and Azeez Ojulari. Giants' first two picks in the 2021 draft. The draft is fun, ain't it? We always have a lot of fun about the draft. Always trying to speculate where everybody's going to go. Of course, we got them Eagle fans. They keep chirping. They keep thinking that they fleeced the New York Giants for whatever reason. I don't know why they keep thinking that. They brag about losing to Washington, and somehow they think that we're upset about that. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Anyway, that's last year. We're looking forward to this year. Now, of course, they think that they fleeced us because they moved up to get Devontae Smith. Listen, if Devontae Smith was there at number 11, Giants probably would have taken him. There's no doubt about that. And I'm not going to come on here and say that Devontae Smith is going to stink or anything, because I don't think that he will. I actually think Devontae Smith is going to be pretty good in the NFL. I don't like Jalen Reagor. I've made no bones about that. I think he stinks. I pretty much think that every receiver that the Eagles have drafted here in the last few years has stunk. Right? I'm not going to say that about Devontae Smith. I will say this. Seeing a couple of pictures of him, he is way smaller than I thought he was. And again, I've never understood why people are like, oh, I'm concerned about his size. I'm concerned about his size. Kyler Murray's too small. This guy's too small. That guy's too small. Listen, man, you act like Devontae Smith didn't get hit in college. He got hit. He survived. Jalen Waddle didn't survive, but Devontae Smith did. I think that's just that's a bunch of nonsense, man. That guy's going to be able to play. So, no, I'm not going to sit here and just say that he stinks because he's an Eagle. I don't do that. I'll say that the guy stinks because I think he stinks like Jalen Reagor and Jalen Hurts. I don't think either one of them are good, but I do think that Devontae Smith can be pretty decent. Anyway, I digress. Let's talk about Kadarius Toney. Everybody in the world, the Giants reached, huge second-round prospect, second day guy, not a first-round pick, not this and that. Well, it comes out that Urban Meyer was actually heartbroken. Those are his words. Heartbroken that Kadarius Toney was taken at number 20 by the New York Giants. If he was there at 25, Jacksonville was going to scoop him up as quick as they could. Obviously, they wanted him out there. They think he's a dynamic playmaker. He's an explosive guy. He can do a lot of things. He's very versatile. So there's no doubt Kadarius Toney would not have been there later in the draft and in the second round, which again just tells you that these mock drafts and these speculations really don't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. You can look at some of the best receivers. It doesn't really matter when they're picked. Justin Jefferson was picked after Ruggs, Judy, Lamb, and Reagor last year, and he arguably had the best season. So you can say he's a reach, you can say he's not a reach, it really doesn't matter, but the fact of the matter is, there's a reason Urban Meyer loved this guy. There's a reason that he was going to go to Jacksonville at 25, and if he's going to go at 25, then I guess it's not as much of a reach as some people thought. I didn't really know that Jacksonville was interested in Kadarius Toney until I read the article, and obviously there was other teams interested in Kadarius Toney. So again, I wasn't in love with the pick when the Giants made it. I still have my questions about it, and I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden be like, that was a great pick because Urban Meyer loved him, but I'm going to say it wasn't necessarily as much of a reach as people made it out to be. We'll see what Kadarius Toney does. It's all speculation. These guys can go first overall. They can go 199th overall. I mean, how many first overall quarterbacks have been terrible in the NFL? And look at Tom Brady, who was picked 199th overall. How great is he? GOAT. So you never know. And it doesn't really matter where they're picked. It matters what they do in the NFL. It's a big jump from the collegiate level to the NFL level. And to me, the guys that work the hardest are the guys that are going to succeed, because you have to work when you get to the NFL level. You can't just rest on your laurels about what you did in college. You got to step it up a notch. The ones that do that are the ones that succeed. I don't want to hear about Devontae Smith's size. I don't care about that. And I don't want to hear about Kadarius Toney. He should have been picked here, should have been picked there. He was picked by the New York Giants. We'll see what he does. I want to talk about Azeez Ojulari as well. Mel Kiper, who is not a big fan of Dave Gettleman, has pretty much said to come out and criticize Dave Gettleman for a lot of his picks, including last year going Andrew Thomas. Mel Kiper said he was the fourth tackle on his board. He said he had him behind Becton, Wirfs, and Wills, and the Giants went Andrew Thomas. So, Kiper not always agreeing with what Dave Gettleman does, but did come out and say that he absolutely loved the Ojulari pick at number 50. The fact that the Giants are able to trade back and get a third-round pick and still get this guy who's a dynamic edge rusher, had 9.5 sacks last year for Georgia, and the Giants desperately needed an edge rusher, and they got one, and they got a really good one, talking about, his dip and everything else, his speed off the edge. He's a constant headache. He's a playmaker on defense, and the Giants got a good one there. And as I said, man, you guys are talking about, some Giants fans are mad. Should have taken Kwity Paye here. Should have taken Ojulari at 20. Man, if you don't like it, man, just reverse it. But like I said, earlier, Kadarius Toney wasn't going to be there at 50, so the Giants took him when they had to take him if they were interested in Kadarius Toney. Obviously, they were. They obviously looked into his background. They went very far back into his high school background to make sure everything checked out. And if they weren't interested in him, they wouldn't have made all those. They wouldn't have taken all that time to go deep, back and to see about his character and everything else. So, it is what it is. But the other thing, I continuously want to talk about the offensive line really quick because Giants fans still down about this. And I was watching Fisk's video, and I read a comment that said, now all you offensive line guys know how us like wide receiver guys felt last year when the New York Giants continued to not take a receiver. You waited all, draft. Didn't happen. They got him in the undrafted free agent market. The Giants signed 2 undrafted free agent linemen this year. And again, I understand the necessity for a good offensive line. And again, I'm not trying to sit here and deny that. That's a big question mark what the offensive line is going to be. I'm not arguing the fact that the Giants have a big question mark there. We don't know what these kids are going to be. But what I'm saying is you have to look at the last 8 games of the season. There was a lot of dissension that went on there. There's a reason Mark Colombo got fired in the middle of the season, okay? It's not because he was doing a great job and these guys just weren't doing their job. As soon as Colombo left, the offensive line did a much better job, okay? They were 5-3 in their last 8 games. What does that mean going into 2021? Not much because it's a different season, but you have to see the improvement that they made in the second half of the season. People are going to say, oh, you're making excuses. I love when they say you're making excuses. You're making excuses. It's not an excuse. I mean, it's a fact. I don't understand what is an excuse and what is a fact. If you're spitting out facts about why you'd think a team failed or why this guy didn't do this or why this guy didn't do that, I guess then everybody makes excuses. I don't know. I mean, I'm not using that as an excuse, but it's true that there was a lot of dissension there. And the rookies, they had no chance to develop. They had no chance to get any chemistry or any unity. They never played in an NFL game until it mattered. They didn't get a preseason game. They didn't get NFL. So it doesn't matter if the defensive schemes are different or they're just basic vanilla defensive schemes in the preseason. They get acclimated to NFL speed, and they get acclimated to guys that are doing their best because those guys want to make the team on the opposite side too. They didn't get any of that. And again, they had a change in coaching staff midway through the year, and they played a lot better. So listen, I'm not going to deny the offensive line is a big question mark. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, if Gettleman is confident in these guys and Judge is confident in these guys, then we have to be confident that they know what they're talking about. There's a reason that guys like me and other content creators are on here talking about it, and then there's other guys in the comments section complaining about it. There's a reason we're on YouTube, and they are where they are. We can sit here and criticize them till the cows come home. Really don't matter. There's a reason that they're in the position they're in, and there's a reason that we're in the position we're in. We're not in the NFL. So, I'm going to say Joe Judge has been very influential in what the Giants have done here in the last 2 years. I'm going to trust their judgment. They feel that they can coach these kids up, which is what their job is. I'm going to say that they can do it. We'll find out, but that's all I got in this video, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I'll see you later tonight for the Lakers and see if they can actually win a game. Anyway, that's all I got in this video. It's Bad Diggity Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.